So, Scotty Sio, you are back in Exeter, fresh off becoming a brand new Manu Samoa player. How does it feel to have made your debut?
Yeah, pretty special. Obviously, been a little bit of I guess, for some people, a long time coming. But no, it was a great setting there. Obviously, we were trying to qualify for the World Cup against, Namibia, who have a rich history of rugby there as well. And very fortunate to have my fiance and my little one there with me for the ride, the journey as well there too. So extremely grateful for the opportunity, and just really humbled by it.
Where were you when the phone call came through that they wanted you in the squad?
I was actually obviously here, rehabbing, getting back, trying to get back on the field for the team here. When they've been expressing their interest for a little while, Manu Samoa, but I guess the timing of when my stand down period would finish, and being able to get back on the field for Chiefs, it all sort of fell into place at the right time there. So again, felt very honoured, to be given the opportunity by Tusi and the coaching staff.
And it wasn't an unknown entity to you. You had 74 Wallabies caps beforehand, so you have experience on the international stage. Were you excited to bring that experience to the Samoa squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think any time you can come into a team and add value in any way, shape or form is really important. And that was one of the things. I'd obviously been to 2 World Cups before, and it's obviously extremely tough to get there and be a part of it. So anywhere that I could come in and help, the team and, the management or anyone in that environment was going to be important too. So hopefully I did that, and hopefully they felt that too. And lucky to get the result in the end.
And anyone that knows you knows how proud you are of your heritage. How special was it to pull on that shirt?
Very special. Obviously, with my family history as well, with my dad having played for the Manu Samoa, and then my sister just recently playing for the Manu Sina. In terms of rugby history, super important. But I think for me, as I mentioned before, my fiance Nara, she's also Samoan, and my little one Tavita Filippo. I think they were the ones that really kind of got me across the line with really wanting to play for Samoa and represent them and represent my own little family, in our own sort of chapter that we're trying to build together as well there too. So her being a very proud Samoan, gave me a lot of motivation. And then, obviously looking over and seeing her with my son, that's, I think, for a dad, that's all the motivation you need. So it's just obviously really special that we were representing Samoa.
And you mentioned your dad there. It was the 91 World Cup that he was at, and there was something special to do with him playing in the story of how you got your name, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a nice story, obviously. My parents used to like to tell everyone. I was born just before the Scotland game, just before they played Scotland. And the story goes that my dad wanted to name me Manu, and my mum wanted to name me Scott after, obviously, Scotland, where we were playing. And so they put a bet on it. If Scotland won, obviously be named Scott, and then if Samoa won, be named Manu. And then and I guess all being well, the rest is history, and my name is my name now. So it's pretty cool to sort of have a little story behind your name and why it's important to you, and why it was important to them, and the significance of it. Samoans tend to have a lot of symbolism around how they name their children, usually after important people or important events, or things that have happened in their life too there. So it's nice to have your own little story there.
What was your dad's reaction when you told him?
It was, I guess, for him, it was very proud, obviously, first and foremost. But I guess there is that nervousness as well too. As you mentioned before, I had, a great career, a Wallabies career. I'd represented Australia on numerous occasions there. So I guess, like anything, you're you're putting your legacy, at risk there, putting your hand up and trying to challenge yourself as a player and a person in a new environment, in a new team, can be tough, and you can either shy away from it. And I guess for him, he said, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and have the right motivation to want to go and represent Samoa and represent your culture, and and our traditions of what that we brought you up on too. So. But no, I think once he saw me donning the colours, I think he was immensely proud that there's another chapter within our family, wearing the blue.
And you mentioned your sister. She played at the recent Women's Rugby World Cup here in the UK for Samoa. Does she have any words of advice, or is she a little bit annoyed that you might have stolen her thunder?
No. She's immensely proud too. I think. We were super proud to be able to go and watch her here at the World Cup representing Samoa, and she was obviously felt super privileged to have that opportunity as well, and make her World Cup debut. I think we sort of looked back on it and we just found it crazy that my dad's World Cup was obviously over here in the UK. My first World Cup was in the UK, and then her World Cup was also in the UK. So something special about the UK, obviously for our family. But no, she was super happy. I think as siblings, we've always tried to support each other the best way we can, even if it's from afar. And all my siblings, sent out messages of support and got around me, and were immensely proud too.
And it must have been extra pride that you snagged that World Cup spot. And it's now the 10th straight World Cup that Samoa will go to, and it's back in Australia. How excited are you to try and make sure that you are at that competition in a couple of years' time?
Yeah, obviously we did it the hard way. You got to give credit to Belgium. I mean, they've come through in leaps and bounds in the last couple of years and been really competitive, international level. And they gave us a real run for our money there, but extremely proud of the group. Had some very tough times this year with results and how things have gone, and like I said before, you could shy away from the challenge there or rise up to it, and thankfully we got the result in the end, and we've booked our ticket, and that's all that matters. We're there. We have the opportunity to build for the next 2 years towards it, and thankfully boys don't have to travel too far for it as well, being in Australia. So it's good. Like a lot of the squad played in New Zealand or have played in New Zealand. So a lot of them will have a good track record with Australia and how the fields are and weather-wise there too. So extremely excited to see how this group can evolve in the next 2 years and build towards that World Cup.
And all the content and the coverage coming out throughout the qualification competition, it seemed like such a tight-knit group. Was it like that to be a part of?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's one of the things that make Samoa unique in itself. There's a lot of our team's built on faith. There's a lot of guys who put their faith in God and in God's plan. And me and my partner and that are no different. So to be able to be in that space with a lot of like-minded people, and then obviously Samoans as well, there was pretty special.
If you could go back and tell young Scotty that's just starting out on his rugby journey that he would get this chance, what do you think you would say to him? What's the piece of advice you'd give to him?
Yeah, it's a tough question, that one. I think for different stages of your life, you have sort of different advice. And if you asked me this question maybe 5 years ago, it'd be quite different to how it is now. But I guess if I was talking to young Scotty, probably just live in the moment, keep enjoying things as much as you can. I think we forget to enjoy rugby for what it is. It's a game where we picked up the ball to play, to play rugby with our friends, make friends, you know what I mean, and enjoy something all together, you know what I mean. And sometimes you don't want to lose the essence of that. So I say no matter what you were doing, just make sure you always enjoy it.